the way we assign kids to public schools in America is based on where you live, right? And everybody in here knows you buy your house with your school. Those two things go together. And that is called residential assignment. And it is the cornerstone of how we send people to public school in America. But it is so there are lots of policies in America that you may argue are racist. However, this is a policy that you can't argue is racist because it's actually a racist policy. Let me explain. So, as one of the policies passed during the New Deal was called the Homeowners Loan Corporation. And that was Roosevelt's effort to help people buy houses and get out of the Depression faster. And one of the things that the government did was color code America on a series of maps, a whole bunch of colors, right? And every color, corresponded to a kind of area. So if you were in the yellow area, that was a good area. If you were in the blue or green area, that was like kind of okay. If you were in the red area, that not so good. And actually, the maps call the red areas hazardous. The red areas were filled with black people. Deliberately filled with black people. The lines were drawn deliberately to circumscribe neighborhoods that black people lived in. And if you lived in one of those redlined areas, hence where the name comes from, you couldn't get a loan that everybody who lived in all the other places could get, which means you couldn't raise property wealth to fund your schools. Right? See how this whole thing kind of rolls together? It's very sinister when you think about it like this. And that legacy still lives with us today. Like redlining is outlawed, but if you laid a school district assignment map on top of a redline map, they would be the same map, right? Wow. So I'm just like, I've taken too much time. I'm sorry, and I know Jeff is going to speak to this because it has huge implications for what if integrating schools is what you care about, guess what? Having a housing map that is laid on deliberate policy that was meant to segregate people is not the best way to do it. If you care about increasing the wealth of people of color, guess what? Purposely depressing their housing wealth for 70 years, right, is not the way to do it, right? And if you care about, building an innovative system of education where like every kid, reaches their highest best potential regardless of where they live, this is not the way to do it. So I would love to chat about it some more, especially in the context of how we deal with violence in our communities and how we deal with resources for schools and how we help every kid become the best version of themselves.
Wow.